Welcome back, rockers. This is my channel. I'm Rocked by Rick, where I'm covering my Beast Wars third-party review. This is the line mode of the Perfect Effects DX pe-dx08b. This is their Origin Xerxes, the black take on Leo Convoy. This is in the Nemesis color schemes with the dark gunmetal silver and metallic teal. He is in my collection. He's going to take my place as the he's going to take the place of Onyx Prime. So he's going to be one of the original 13. He has the beast mode. In the Beast Wars the second, he appeared as copy Leo Convoy. So he didn't really have a true character, and he had kind of a fur motif, whereas this has a very Cybertronian look to it. So again, for my purposes, I'm going to consider this to be Onyx Prime. Some of the first things that I'll go over with this toy is it looks amazing, and it feels, the weight on it, the heft is great. I'll start off by saying I really liked the robot mode. It was amazing. It did absolutely everything I wanted it to do and more. And the lion mode looks fantastic, but it's really flimsy. I won't lie. It has trouble standing up. Maybe it's also because I'm reviewing it on a glass surface, and the first couple of times that I was messing around with it, I did have it mistransformed a little bit. So it does seem to hold up a little bit better now that I'm playing with it and it's transformed correctly, but it still has trouble just holding up its own weight. So I do find that a little frustrating, but you know, most Transformers have a stronger of the two modes, and that's usually dedicated towards the robot. So this thing still looks absolutely amazing in line mode. Once I figured out how to get the head situation, the instructions aren't very clear. I won't say that I had an easy time reading them. They did kind of confuse me a little bit with some of the way that things were supposed to peg in. So I did leave a lot of things unpegged for posing purposes. That does make it a little bit better. The lion head does have kind of a ball joint, and if you leave it pegged in, you don't get the left and right or up and down pivot motion. So that does limit the ability, and it doesn't hold up the strength of the figure at all. It does have a very strange waist joint. I thought that a lot of the wiggleness in the wiggly waggly in robot mode was due to the transformation joint, and I can see where they were trying to maybe hinge the hips upwards, because there's a part in the center here where you can twist it around a full 360 degrees, and there's also another hinge that seems to be completely ignored by the directions, and I haven't seen any of the other reviews of the original Leonidas cover any of that. So I think that their original intentions were to have it swivel around, and there's even a part where you can see that they're supposed to peg in, but after all said and done, you can't fit all the weapons and the accessories, and even the torso itself is still very loose even after being oriented in that way. So I think they just kind of abandoned that part of the project and didn't do anything differently, but because of that, it does make it a little less sturdy. Even with the forelegs, I feel like it has a harder time standing than when you have it distributed in with the weight distributed in robot mode. I feel like it has an easier time standing with just the two. So go figure. That being said, it still looks absolutely amazing. It fits into my Beast Wars category perfectly. The other kind of part of my collection that I collect heavily are the original Cybertronian. There you go, see, it just falls down. But I like the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron effects, or the Planet X toys, and then the Hasbro's take on Fall of Cybertron figures. So this fits that motif as well, where everything's still metallic looking, and even Shockwave describes that he searched the length and breadth of the galaxy and found different species. So they kind of introduce how animals can be in the original Cybertronian fashion. So that being said, this is my review of my Onyx Prime, but this is the Perfect Effects Origin Xerxes in line mode. If you haven't checked out my video with him in robot mode, that would be part 1. I'll label this one as part 2, and we'll go ahead and wrap up this review. He does have the blade and all of the accessories stored on him with the crossbow, and it is all pretty compact, and it looks like it's all meant to be there. Nothing looks out of place. Final review, I gotta say, even with all of the posability issues, I'd still give this figure a 9 out of 10. It's absolutely amazing in every other category, minus holding itself up, which is, it's a big deal. But also, I have a lot easier time posing it on the wood shelf or any other harder surface than on this glass table where I'm going to be doing most of my reviews. So that's one thing I'll give most of the plastic toys, is they don't have their own weight to compete against them. But anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap up this review, and have a nice day.